Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Devotees, welcome to the Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya sessions classes. Today we'll hear from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 1, Text 50, and the nectar will be shared by His Grace Arjun Sakha Prabhu. Arjun Sakha Prabhu ji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandat Pranam Prabhu.
Dandat Pranam Prabhuji. Over to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Give me half a minute, Prabhu. I'm just
No problem,
reading from my laptop.
Sure,
So
sure.
I'll make a video on.
Sure.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Are you sharing the screen, Prabhu?
I can share, Prabhuji. No problem. You can start with the prayers, Prabhuji.
Okay, Prabhu. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakyurunmilitam Jenam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Sri Guru Sri Juttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanshamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Idam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitansha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Mancha Kalpatarubhishya Kripa Sindhuvaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I welcome all of you on behalf of ISKCON South Bangalore. So today we are reading the from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 1, verse number 50. And this is one of the very, very profound and extremely narrated or also been recited, described chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Apart from the 10th canto. But example, if you go to the village, even every nook and corner of country, you'll find this story has been told and been understood by many. I don't know whether from deep inside or, but at least they understand the story is being given to them, right? And we are talking about the Ajambil story. So we are reading text 50. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Panchabhi kurute shvarthan panchavedanta panchabhi ekastu shodhasena trin sayam saptadashostute panchabhi kurute swarthan panchavedas vedata panchabhi ekastu shodhasena trin sayam saptadashashrutes. Translation. Can you go a little down? Yeah. Above the five senses of perception, the five working senses and the five objects of the senses is the mind, which is the 16th element. Above the mind is the 17th element, the soul, the living being himself, who in cooperation with the other 16 enjoys the material world alone. The living being enjoys three kinds of situations, namely happily, distressfully, and mixed. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Everyone engages in work with his hands, legs, and other senses just to achieve a certain goal according to his concocted ideas. One tries to enjoy the five sense objects, namely form, sound, taste, aroma, and touch, not knowing the actual goal of life, which is to satisfy the Supreme Lord. Because of disobeying the Supreme Lord, one is put into material conditions, and he then tries to improve his situation in concocted way, not desiring to follow the instruction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nevertheless, the Supreme Lord is so kind that he comes himself to instruct the bewildered living entity how to act obediently and then gradually return home back to Godhead, where he can attain an eternal, peaceful life of bliss and knowledge. The living entity has a body, which is a very complicated combination of the material elements, which this body has struggled alone, as indicated with the very words in the word ekastu. For example, if one is struggling in the ocean, he must swim through it alone. Although many other men and aquatics are swimming in the ocean, he must take care of himself because no one else will help him. Therefore, this verse indicates that the 17th item, the soul, must work alone. Although he tries to create society, friendship, and love, no one will be able to help him but Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Therefore, his only concern should be how to satisfy Krishna. This is also what Krishna warns. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. People bewildered by material conditions try to be united. But although they strive for unity among men and nations, all their attempts are futile. Everyone must struggle alone for existence with the many elements of nature. Therefore, one's only hope, as Krishna advised, is to surrender to him, For he can help one become free from the ocean of nuisance. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore prayed, Ai Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitamam Vishama Bhava Ambudho Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Stita Dhuli Sadrusham Vichintaya. O Krishna, beloved son of Nanda Maharaj, I am your eternal servant, but somehow or other, I have fallen into this ocean of nuisance. And although I am struggling very hard, there is no way I can save myself. There is no way I can save myself. If you kindly pick me up and fix me as one of the particles of the dust at your lotus feet, that will save me. In a similar way, Bhaktivedanta Thakur, Anadi Karma Phale Padi Bhava Navajale, Tarivari Nadikhi Upay. My dear Lord, I cannot remember when I somehow or other fell into the ocean of nonsense and how I can find no way to rescue. Now I can find no way to rescue myself. We should remember that everyone is responsible for this own life. I'm repeating this word, this sentence. We should remember that that everyone is responsible for his own life. If an individual become a pure devotee of Krishna, he is then delivered from the ocean of nescience. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakyurunmilitam Jainam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna. Om. So this is, the purport is so profound by Srila Prabhupada here. So Prabhupada very clearly he described the importance of taking responsibility for the self. That is also given in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. What is the true responsibility as a human being one must discharge. There are two responsibilities of a human being that we'll discuss. But before that, let's understand what are the five elements that there are five gross elements: Bhumi, Apa, Anala, Vayu, Khang, Mana, Buddhirevacha, Ahankara, Iti, Yamme, Prakriti, Bhinna, Ashtadha. There are 8 elements that work inside the body. And we understand these 5 elements: Bhumi, Apa, means Bhumi means earth, water, fire, ether, right? And air. These are the 5 elements that works inside that makes our gross body. And along with the gross body, there are 3 other elements. What is that? Ego.
Mind, ego.
Mind, ego, and
False ego.
false ego, right? Man, buddhi, and ahankar, ego. Buddhi is intelligence. But here we are talking about the 16 senses, that's including the karmendriya, jnanendriya, and all 5 Vishaya Vastu. What are the Vishaya Vastu? These are Vishayas are form, sound, taste, aroma, and touches. And that's why if you look at our respective life, our individual life, most of the time goes in enjoying these 5 forms, that is forms. We want to see, the eye want to see something beautiful. That's why we roam around in beautiful places. Lonavala, Khandala, Kulu, Manali, right, Uti, all the other places, so that we enjoy this nature, the beauty of the nature, that would attract it, see the forms. Second is the sound. We listen beautiful songs, that good songs, whatever we consider good. We listen the songs. And sometimes people listen very long times, even they don't get tired to listen to songs for 10 hours, 15 hours, 18 hours at a stretch, because they enjoy the sound, filmy songs and all these songs. Taste. That's why if you go to this Bangalore street, the street food are so popular in Bangalore. You go to any nook and corner, there will be getting the tasty delicacies there. That's why people try to enjoy the taste through their tongue. Aroma. Aroma is the fragrance, right? They smell and they get attracted towards the smell, right? There are many stories. What is the touch? That is the touch of the skin. They want to touch. They want to hug each other. That's why there is also areas that people basically they get attracted. So these are the five elements that we enjoy. We call Srimad Bhagavad Gita, they describe it as Vishaya. And these are all the Vishaya Vastu, the form, sound, taste, aroma, and touch that give respectively to the five senses to our body. But along with these five senses, five elements of the Vishaya Vastu, what we have the mind. And the mind is the king among the senses. And what the mind, along with these elements, along with the five senses, above is the soul. Here, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, 34 verse. Krishna says, Indriyani parani ahu, indriyabhyo param manaha, manastastu para buddhi, buddhistastu paratushaha. What he says, that is the gross element. The senses are superior than to the gross body. The five senses are superior to the gross body. Mind is superior to the five senses. And above the mind is intelligence. But above the intelligence is what? The soul itself, who is the master, the owner of this body. But here in chapter 13, the soul is not the only master of this body. That's why Krishna in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 13, he described about 24 elements, and they embodied in this body the 24 elements. But along with himself, along with the soul, Krishna is also the owner of this body. And who understand these particular things, they are the real knower of this body, the self, Kshetrajna. The word he used is the Kshetrajna. He knows the Kshetra. And the body comprises of these 24 elements is the Kshetra, the working place of the soul. For the soul, not of the mind. Working place of the soul. And anybody who knows these 24 elements and also the Kshetra, that is the Karma Kshetra, is known as Kshetrajna. And along with the soul, the Kshetrajna, Krishna is also the Kshetrajna of our individual body that we don't know. But here we're talking about the situation that we try to enjoy our life with the senses for the sense elements, and we consider ourselves is the owner of this body. Forget about the soul. We don't go to the soul level. We consider my mind as everything, and we try to enjoy the senses. Aham mameti. In chapter 16, verse 15, 14, 15, and 16, Krishna describes this condition, the concocted mind, those who full of concoction, manodharma, they think that I am myself is the supreme, but the owner of this body. What is the condition? How they live? They live in this way. What they do? Issaroham aham bhogi, siddho aham balavan sukhi. Right? Idam madhyamaya labdam, ibam prappe manoratham. Idam asri, idam api, me bhavishyati punadhanam. Asho maya hato shatru hanyashecha aparan api, issaroham aham bhogi, siddhoham balavan sukhi. आरम अभिजत बान अस्मि का अन्य अस्मिन सुदश्मया जखे दक्षामि मध्यक्षे इति अज्ञान विमोहिता. They are bewildered by ignorance. They are bewildered by ignorance, and what they understand, they say, I have invested this much of money and that money will grow multifold. I'll be billionaire in the 10 years time. I'll enjoy the world. I am the most happiest now because I've defeated my enemies. I've subdued my competitors. Now I'm the only enjoyer of the marketplace. I'm the happiest. I'm beholding strength. I'm powerful. Nobody can defeat me. And this kind of thought process comes into the mind, and they get captivated by this ignorance of the life. That's why again Krishna, the precarious condition described Krishna in chapter 4, 5 again. Moghasha, Mogha Karmana, Mogha Jnanam Vichetasha, Moghasha. Very smallest pregnant, very smallest asha, unwanted, unwanted desire, moghasha, mogha karmanam, because of the unwanted desires, what they do, they are attached in unwanted activities. Moghasha, mogha karmana, mogha jnanam, mogha means those are diluted actually, diluted knowledge, unnecessary knowledge. They bring this knowledge, that knowledge, which is called ignorance, which is called ajnanata in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and they are engaged in acquiring those unwanted knowledge. Mogha jnanam, which etasa, that is opposite of the Chetana. The actual Chetana is Krishna Chetana. Opposite of that is Bichetasa. B means negative, or maybe opposite of the Chetana. Bichetasa. And what they do? Rakshasim asurim chaiva. They always engage in the activities of the demonic qualities because they are dwelling in the demonic nature of the Maya. They have taken shelter of the Maya, the demonic quality of the Maya. Moghasha, Mogha Karmanam, Mogha Jnanam Bichitasa, Rakshasim Asurim Chaiva, Prakritim Mohinim Shrita, Asrita, Prakritim Mohinim Asrita. And this kind of attractive things, they have been taking shelter. And if you look this particular chapter of Ajambil, this particular chapter, the particular subject matter is the matter of hope. It is not hope against hope, but it is a hope at the time of despondent, at the time of distress, extreme distress time. You understand the story of Ajambil, so powerful story. He has fallen to such a level that we can consider the point of no return. Getting associated with the prostitute for many, many years, getting birth for 10 children. It is described that he has done everything what the aparadhi can do, right? Looting, stealing money, stealing properties from others in order to survive the life of the family, in order to survive the family. He was doing many things. But apart from this, he has done only one great, wonderful thing, getting the association, giving the shelter to a sadhu, even for a night. And that changed the complete course of life. And Ajambil, unknowingly, subconsciously, he got associated with the sadhu. Sadhu Shanga, Sarva Sastra Kahe, Labamatra Sadhu Shanga, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. And though unknowingly, he was not so, and what do you call, they passionate about the sadhu shang, but they asked for the shelter and he's given it. And because of that fraction of the sadhu shang, he was asked to give this child the name Narayan. And we all understand, we have already gone through, we have heard this story already. And Narayan was given, the name was given, and he was consistently chanting the name of Narayan because he was asking his son, come this way, that way, come here, Narayan come, Narayan eat, Narayan drink, Narayan sleep. And he was taking care of Narayan as the smallest child. The youngest child of the family is always lovable. And he became dearer to his father, Ajambil. And even at the time of death, subconsciously, Ajambil was asking Narayan, and that attracted the Vishnu Dut. And that's why I call this chapter the chapter of hope. Chapter of hope. Even in Bhagavad Gita, it is described that is a series how we fall down in this material world. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that's when you are getting attracted by this sense object, that is Vishaya, and we captured that Vishaya in our mind, in our senses, through our senses, comes to our mind, and we capture those in our mind. that leads to anger, frustration, and gradually that our intelligence get captivated. We lose our intelligence. We forget who am I. We take away our remembrance that I am actually a human being. I'm a human being. And that is the moment of destruction for a human being. That is the moment of falling down. And even Krishna says in that Bhagavad Gita, Achirena vinishyati. He completely fall down, achirena, and that is the point of immediate fall down. When you are losing your intelligence, when you start forgetting yourself, who are you, and you lose your intelligence of a human being, and walking in the mode of an animalistic intelligence, that is the point of falling down. And how he falls down? Achirena, immediately falls down. And that is the story that we can correlate or resemble. That story resembles this particular points. Dhyayato Vishayan Punsam Sangam Teshu Pujayate. He got attracted to this prostitute and immediately started acting lots many things. How he put endeavors to in order to get this association of the prostitute. He got it. In order to survive, how he killed people, how he trapped, right? And now he forget who is he. He forget that he is a Brahmin boy. Krodhat laboti sammoha. He got attachment, a complete engagement and attachment to the prostitute. Sammoha, sammohat sruti bhibramam. He forget he is a human being, and he also forget that he is from a Brahmin's family. How he was engaged with the association of the Krishna consciousness. How he was collecting flowers, collecting all the paraphernalias for the Lord. He was taking care of this puja of the father. He started forgetting. Sruti nasa buddhi vansa. And after forgetting, he just forget. His intelligence got captivated. And this story quite resembles to many of us. How we fall down gradually. Just by forgetting Krishna. Krishna bhuliya jeev, anadi bahirmukh. And we have been forgetting Krishna for many life. But good part, somehow we put endeavor and try to understand Krishna, maybe because of our sukruti, or maybe the grace of the sadhu, Brahmite, and you kept on roaming around. That's why Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami says, Brahmite jadi sadhu vedapai. The jiva, that means the soul, keep on roaming around each and every time with different bodies. Sometimes the body of an ant, cockroach, maybe a swan, maybe a cat, a bird, whatever it be. And finally, he gets this body of a human being. And there are many human beings as well. There are many types of human beings with the different types of sarir. And what Krishna says, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami says, Brahmite jadi sadhu vedapai. And after roaming around in the human body, fortunately, if you get a doctor, Vaida, who is a sadhu, and the sadhu will tell you, oh, you have a disease of forgetfulness. You have a disease of forgetfulness, and because of that, what you have done, you are struggling. He will tell us, he'll poke us, he'll just remind us. And with that seed of thoughts, what happened? We start remembering Krishna. Oh, Krishna is my Surhut. Brahmite jadi sadhu vaidapai. And the sadhu vaida will give us what? The Harinam. The prasada, the blessings, the kripa. That kripa is the point of return again. And that's why Krishna described in Bhagavad Gita again, just immediately after this Achirena pranishyati, vinishyati, immediately Krishna says, but that is a precarious condition, point of very disappointment, but still there is hope. Still there is hope. And this is the hope that we are talking about in Ajambil Stuti, Ajambil chapters. What is the point of hope? That is, Krishna says, Prasade sarva dukkhana hani rasti upajayate. And with that prasad, whatever been happened, so happened. He fallen down, he got captivated by Maya, your intelligence was taken away, you forget what you are, forget. Okay, it's happened. Whatever happened, happened, forget the past. Now take my prasad. Brahmite, and the prasad comes through who? Sadhu. The way it has come to Ajambil. Brahmite, Brahmite jadi sadhu Vedapai. And this prasad, now it is coming in the form of Nam, in the form of remembrance. Through whom? Through the sadhus. And Krishna says, Prasade sarva dukkhana, hani rasti upajayate. All the struggle, all the pain that we are going through, this struggle, will gradually, what happened, will come down. You will diminishes. All the pain will be gone. And your intelligence will be again coming to that re-established. But here, these wonderful points, that is what Bhagavad Gita is standing completely different from all the granthas. The Bhagavad Gita is nothing but re-establishment, the real position of the soul. That's why Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita chapters 2, in the 7th verse, he says, Upahat Swabhava. Arjun very well knew that I have fallen down from the real bhava, swabhava. Upahat means fallen down from my real bhava. But I am unable to understand what is the real bhava is. And we all are in the same condition. We have fallen down from our swabhava. And because of the n number of reasons, it could be any reason, but the only truth at this point of time is we all are fallen down. This is the real truth. And Arjuna was very smart, right? Arjuna was very, very smart. Very, very intelligent. And he understands the real problem is not because of all these stuffs, but the real problem is here that I am fallen down, I'm getting suffering, emotional disturbance. The turbulence is occurring, happening this way, that way. Sometimes this pick up and sometimes pick down. But all the causes, the only cause of this, all the turbulence is the only thing. There is the falling down from my real position. But here, Prabhupada says, we don't have that capacity to come back to our own position. That is the very, very second points of understanding, realization. First point we understand, the first point to realize that I have fallen down from my real position. The second point of understanding and realization is that I don't have the power, I don't have the strength, I don't have that capability myself to come back to my own position. Second point. Third is I need support, I need blessings, I need mercy of somebody who can elevate me, who can help me bringing from this position to my original position. Unless we have this three realization, till that time of realization, our effort, our sadhana will be at the very superficial level. This is the practical approach that I'm talking about out of experience. Unless we realize these 3 points, I've fallen down from my constitutional position. I alone does not have the capacity, strength to elevate myself. Third, unless somebody supports me, bless me, be merciful upon me, I'll not be able to come back to my original position. That's why we feel the pain of separation. We started to understand our current situation. As Prabhupada has given a wonderful example, somebody is swimming in the ocean, or maybe he has fallen down in the ocean, mid of the ocean. At no conditions, he may struggle a lot. But if somebody is coming and picking him out, putting him in the right place, what is so merciful than him? And all of our conditions is the same thing. Here, Prabhupada given the example of an ocean, but in our Guru Ashtakam, that what we are saying, Sansara Dava Nalanila Loka. Taranya karunya kanagana tubhyam. The ocean, maybe sometimes it is not giving the burning sense, right? You may be feeling something soothing unless if you are cooled down, you feel the soothingness of this ocean. There is danger, definitely. But here, the burning senses, can you withstand burning sensation even for a minute? It's so painful, so painful. And we are in the mid of the burning ocean, Davanal. We are in the mid of the burning ocean. Sansara Davanal Nil. We are getting so many pain, Adi Daivik, Adi Bhotik, Adi Adhyatmik, emotional turbulence, financial turbulence, physical turbulence, the relationship turbulence, so many turbulence. Apart from this, Adi Daivik, Adi Bhotik, Adi Adhyatmik, we have Janma Mrityu, Jara Vyadhi. This life, yes, with the mercy of Krishna is running, everything is good. What if next life I don't have this capability to speak, I don't have the capability to listen. What if I don't have the capability to hear? This may be very sounding very negative and maybe pessimistic, but it could be, right? It could be. It could happen with anybody, any of us. What if in that condition? I'm not able to speak. I'm unable to walk. I'm unable to go to any place. Or maybe I'm not getting this human body also. Then what? Then miseries become manifold. So that's why Krishna says getting the human body is very, very extremely the bliss, extreme bliss in the form of a human being. That's why the only two responsibility as a human being we should have is what? Uddharet atmanam atmanam. First is take care of uplifting yourself. Uddharet atmanam. Uplift your soul through the mind. Uplift your soul. And what is the second responsibility? Never degrade it. Take responsibility that you are not degraded. And who is going to take it? It is you. As Prabhupada has mentioned, meet of the ocean, only you need to fight for yourself. Prabhupada has given another wonderful example. Till the flight, the aeroplane in the ground, there are many people that are going to take care of that. Right? The pilot, the engineers, the ground officials, they will supervise, they will take care of this flight. The fuel are taken care of, everything is taken care of. And there are many people in the ground, till in the ground. Similarly, in our body, that as long as we are in the human body, there are many of us have relatives, we have friends. Somehow they take care of this body. They'll help us. But once we left this body, and like the aeroplane left this ground and started flying, and something goes wrong, what happened? And there are other aeroplanes also, other flights also going along with parallelly or maybe up, down, whatever the direction. But nobody can help you. Nobody can rescue that flight. They just keep looking at that. Similarly, once we leave this body, we don't have anybody other than Krishna. Surhudam sarva bhutanam. That's why Krishna says, I am the closest. Krishna is living Ishvara sarva bhutana. Hridesa Arjuna tishtati. Brahmayan sarva bhutani jantra rudhani mayaya. I keep on traveling with you. Whether you leave this body, you go to different planetary systems. You go to Vaikunthalok, you go to Maharlok, Taparlok, Janarlok, wherever you go, I'll be going along with you. But going as a what? Upadrashta. Going as just a drashta. It will not help, right? It will not help. But Krishna says, it is not because of me, brother, because you never allowed me to be upadrashta. I remain as a drashta in your life, but you never allowed me to be a upadrashta. You never allowed me to be Anumanta. You take care of yourself fully. engrossed in your material enjoyment, but you never thought of me. You never thought of developing the relationship that I can also become a Upadrishta, Anumanta, Bhakta, permission giver. I'm your guide. I'm your Suhrud. I can bring knowledge to you. I would have given intelligence to you. I would have given remembrance to you. I have given forgetfulness to you also. And also I have, if you would have developed the relationship, I would have taken you from this material world. Tesham aham samudharta mritya sansara shagara bhavami nachirat partha maya aveshita chetasha. But have you taken care of this relationship? No. I've reminded you many times. I've sent you sadhu. I send you, I've given you my instruction. I've given you my scriptures. I allowed you many times to come and sit in front of me in the temple hall and listen to Srimad Bhagavatam. You never can. What shall I do? I can only be a drashta, nothing, not a upadrashta, not a anumanta. So that's why we are so merciful. We are so blessed that at this age of Kali also, where everybody is engaging themselves with moksha, moga karmana, moga jnana, vichetasa, we're trying to engage ourselves in Krishna consciousness. At least we're trying, right? That's why Krishna says, sorry, just engage yourself with Krishna consciousness, with my consciousness. Chetasa sarpa karmani maishanyasya matpara. Matpara, be dependent on me. In all the engagement, whatever action that you are doing, just do it for me. Give it to me. Chetasa sarva karmani. Do it with consciousness. Do it with consciousness that what is karma, karma, bikarma. Understand that with that consciousness. Endeavor, put endeavor for that. Chetasa sarva karmani. Mai shanyasya matparaha. Dependent on me. And also be dependent on the intelligence I'm giving it to you. Buddhi yoga upasritya. That's how we can take care of our upliftment of our life, of our own soul. Uddareta manamatma. Buddhi yoga upasritya. Now be dependent on the intelligence that I'll be giving to you. Because you are associated with me. You are connected with me. You put your intelligence, you put your time, if you're putting your energy on me, you're putting your efforts, energy in developing that relationship with me. Now what I'll do, I'll giving you this intelligence. And be dependent on that intelligence. Buddhi yoga upasritya. Upasritya. Dependence, and be surrendered to that buddhi. That buddhi will be powerfully given to me. I'll be empowered with intelligence to discharge my responsibility or duties in my life. And that's why the Prabhupada used the word Krishna consciousness. It is coming from mat chitta satatam bhava. Be always conscious, be conscious with me each and every moment. That's why Prabhupada coined the word Krishna consciousness. And this is the surest way, the sublime way to uplift the transcendental way that we can definitely take care of upliftment of ourselves. Because unless we take care, the Shraddha starts from the self. The sadhana starts from the self. The Guru can take care, give you this knowledge. The Guru can empower you, but what if you're taking the seed and keeping it in the house? The Guru, the coach cannot play, right? For example, in the material world, Sachin Tendulkar or maybe any of the cricketers or any of your tennis player, everybody have their own coaches, respected coaches. But have you ever seen anybody not scoring good? Then the coach will go to the playground and play? No. You have to play by yourself. The coach can give you guidance, direction. The Krishna can give you direction. Krishna will give you opportunities. The Guru can give us the knowledge, the direction, the opportunities. But the Guru cannot play in our own life, right? He plays a very vital role in instructing us. But end of the day, the sadhana comes from you. The Shraddha comes from you. The Shraddha, Sadhana, the passion, Ushaha, Nischaya, commitment, everything comes from the self. And unless we are committed for uplift ourselves, upgrade ourselves, elevate ourselves, and bring back to our original position, no guru, no shastra, nothing will come and rescue us. Take it a note. Unless we discharge, unless we act on that diligently, judiciously. It does not require perfection. Krishna is never asking for perfection, but at least diligently and honestly. For perfection, Krishna and Guru will take care of it. But unless we have the the commitment, yes, I'm interested. I'm interested for my own self. Nothing will work. And that's why Krishna, that's Prabhupada beautifully is mentioned that nobody can rescue you, only yourself. That's why what you do, there's the third point that comes. No, without the others' mercy, without being empowered by others, I don't have the capacity to uplift myself. And even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches, you see, the God himself come here as the form of devotee. He instructed us, he played the role of a devotee. And he given the instruction, if you look at the instruction, what he says, the helplessness. He's expressing his helplessness with this verse. Ai nanda tanuja kinkaram. I'm just like a people fallen in the road. I'm just like a people. And I don't have the capacity to uplift myself. I don't have anything of my own self. Patitam maam bhishama bhava ambadho. Ambadho, again the ocean. Bhava ambadho, ocean of the bhava. I'm already fallen. I'm in drowning situation. And understanding that without the mercy of Krishna, without the mercy, without the blessings, without the prasada, nothing is going to happen. And he's praying, Kripaya tava pada pankajastita dhulir, shadrusham vichintaya. Oh Lord, oh Krishna, oh Nanda Tanuja, oh son of Nanda, please come and mercy, please be merciful upon me and rescue me. And without your blessings, I cannot come out. That is this understanding, the realization we must have so that we understand. Otherwise, if you think, yeah, I'm grown up, I'm capable of doing this, I can come out of this material ocean. And after maybe practicing for 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, sometimes this kind of thoughts crop up in the mind subconsciously. Sometimes it comes in the mind. But unless we have the mercy of Guru and Sadhus, even without their mercy, even that will captivate us and taken away our all efforts and sadhana you have been putting for last 10, 12, 15 years. That's why Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur, in his Bhajana Rahasya, he warned all of us, those who are Ado Sadhus, Ado Shraddha, Tato Sadhu Shanga, Tato Bhajana Kriya, Tato Anartha Nivrittishyam. Between this Bhajana Kriya and Anartha Nivrittishyam, he has written a book called Bhajana Rahasya. And he says the most dangerous time for a sadhaka is this time. Because the mind will make him pride. The false ego will come up and says, oh, I've become an elevated devotee. I know Krishna. I know Radharani. And I'm playing with them like Nanda Kumar's friends, Madhumangal, Subal. Unki jaisa main baat karta hu. I am also playing like that. So I have become elevated. And the false tear will come. The false feeling will come. Oh, I'm getting so much of ecstasy when chanting the name of the Lord and tears is calming down. Nayanam galada asrudharaya, badanam gadagada ruddhaya gira pulakir likitam bapatukara tabanama kriyane bhavishyati. There is the false pride and the false ego that's playing. Not the real bhava. And that is the place, that is the most dangerous place. And that's why Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur says, unless you establish yourself in the nishta, nashtikta, that false ego and the mind will play tricks on the sadhakas. And even after 10 years, 15 years, 20, 25 years of this chanting and being in Krishna consciousness, we sometimes see that we again come back to Nama Parad states, Namabha states, and we have fallen down. That is a danger. So all the ways, all the time, when we realize these three things, that I have fallen down from the real bhava, my original position, I have fallen down from the real position. And I need somebody's support and mercy. Without that, I don't have the strength. Without that realization, we cannot reach to the prima bhava level. That is for sure. And that's why in Krishna consciousness, it is a consistent prayer, even at the level of Prabhupada, even at the level of Sanatan Goswami, at the level of Rupa Goswami, they always feeling themselves meek, weak, and also dependent on Krishna. That's why Vishwanath Chakravarti, Narottam Das Thakur, you just read this wonderful, that's Vaishnava Sangeet of Narottam Das Thakur. Each and every last sentence you just read. Mosama patitao na paivyar. Karuna na haile kandiya prana na rakhive. That's why the thought process, the self-realization comes when it feels that I need support from somebody who is liberated. But the very first thing comes, Uddhare Tatmanam Atmanam. Even at this last, if you look at this, Anadi Karma Phale Padi Bhavan Alachale Tari Bare Na Dekhi Upaya. This is the realization of Bhakti Vinod Thakur at this last time of life, at the old days. Anadi Karma Phale. What does it mean? Anadi Karma Phala means? Because I am bounded by unlimited karma phala. This is never-ending karma phala. Never-ending. And because of the never-ending karma phala, it is binding me time and again, time and again, and time and again. I mean, falling down and down and down. Bhava. Bhavarnava Jale. Jale means the ocean. And I don't see any option for me. I don't see any upaya. Upaya means ways to liberate myself because I am bounded. But who is going to rescue? The prayer will help us. Oh Krishna, please come and rescue me. Unless you have that prayer, the intense prayer to come out of this place. Krishna listens to us. Suhridam sarva bhutana, sarvasya chaham hridi sandhivishto. The intense prayer will be heard by the Atma, Paramatma, and he'll start playing role. Just take the center. And with this intense prayer, what we'll get? Brahmite jadi sadhu vedapai. And this intense prayer will help us getting a Brahmanda Brahmite kon bhagyavan jeev. Guru Krishna Prasad Pai Bhakti Lata Bees. That will help us getting the nectar, the seed of the devotional service. And with that, we can rescue. We can be rescued. And the way that even unconsciously, subconsciously, Azambil got rescued. Definitely, this is a way of hope. This is definitely a way of hope for us. Even at the very despondent situation, very precarious situation. And we should be always hopeful. Will be always, that's why Prabhupada, Rupa Goswami says, Ushahat Nischayat Dharyat. This three thing has to play role. Ushahat. Oh, some rescue is coming to me. Avashya Rakhive Krishna Viswas Palana. Definitely Krishna will come and rescue me. Complete faith on Krishna's word. And if you can discharge that, we can be committed to this three realization and with a faith, with a hope that Avashya Rakhive Krishna, and Along with the fourth, this hope, if you think that Ushahat Nishchay Dharyat, with patience and patience. One day, and Prabhupada, I was reading one very wonderful point here. The bhakti, let's say, for example, is Prabhupada has given the example, like the son. Suppose you're the only child of your father, and your father is having huge property. Ultimately, this property will come to you. But the condition is that you should be alive. Right? When you are alive and associated with your father, the property will come to you by default. Similarly, the mercy, the association, and this Krishna's loving relationship will automatically be there. If you are alive with Krishna consciousness, if you are consistent and committed to Krishna consciousness. I hope you understand this point. The son is by default is getting this property of the father. The only condition he should be staying alive and associated with father. Similarly, the love of Krishna will definitely flow in us. The condition is we should be consistent and we'll be continuing with our service. But with this condition, that I am fallen down, I'm in a very difficult situation. I don't have the strength of my own. I don't have that capability of my own. And also, without somebody's mercy, without somebody's help, without somebody's help, I cannot rescue myself. That's why in the prayer mood, but be hopeful, always be enthusiastic, passionate and committed for these things. The Krishna consciousness sadhana, that is the only hope for us. Hare Krishna. That's why the very two powerful advice by Krishna and Rishabdev plays a very vital role. Krishna says, Nirdeha Atyam Sulabham Sudurlabham Plabam Sukalpam Guru Karna Dharam Maya Anukulena Nivishyate Editam Yapuman Natarit Satmaha. If you're still unable to cross this metal ocean, that means knowingly what we are doing, we are suiciding ourselves. We are degrading our soul. Janiya Shuniya Vishakhaidam. Nayam Deh Dehanu Bhaja Niloke Kastan Kaman Arhashi Vidhojam. Tapo Dipyam Putraka Jain Suddheta Satta. To re-establish the real position of yourself. That should be the only objective of human being. Not like cats and dogs eating and sleeping, matting, and enjoying the life. No, this is not meant for human being. That's why Krishna says, take the responsibility, upgrade of yourself, uddaret atmanam, uplift your soul, never allow to fall down, natmanam upasadayat. And with this, I'm just closing the, I'm just stopping here. I beg excuses to all of your lotus feet. Please forgive me in case I have done any committed mistake or anything. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Roji. Dandapam, thank you so much for the wonderful class. Basically, how nicely you elaborated our precarious position, but the hope is our spiritual master and the devotees who can, bring out from this kind of a precarious situation. So, thank you so much, Prabhuji. I would request devotees to unmute, and if there are any comments, thoughts, or questions, please address it.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yesterday we had the lecture by the Prabhu from Pune, Shankar Pandit Prabhu,
Shankar Pandit.
about association.
Yes,
I think it's, today it's a continuation. It is like we cannot do alone, and you say, the realization, I need the support of Krishna. So very nice, Prabhu. Excellent class. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Please bless us, Mataji.
Pranam.
Pranam.
It's a nice analogy of aeroplane on the ground, aeroplane on the sky. The 3 points what you said is very, very true. So everyone has to be sincere and follow these points. And excellent, Prabhu. Thank you very much for a wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
That's why Bhagavad Gita chapter 2.7 is Actually, this is a powerful transformative verse, bro. Please remember 2.7 and realize our own situation and keep ourselves in the foot of Arjuna. When we do that, there is a consistent remembrance of our own self. And then it will be easier for us to take shelter of Guru and Krishna. Right. Thank you very much.
2.7 no Prabhu, 2.7.
2.7.
Thank you.
Bhagavad Gita.
Hare Krishna.
Also, your concluding sloka, Prabhu, Nudeham Madhyam
Sulabham.
Gurukarnadaram. That also very nice.
Yes. Shastra is given so powerful thing, so much of Upadesh, so many transformational that is instruction to us. And if you take seriously, definitely this will be easier for us to understand, comprehend, and also to walk on that path. Understanding and comprehending is not enough, but walking the path is very, very, very important. And unless we practically walk, it will not helping us. Definitely, even listening Bhagavad Gita will also liberate us. But the real Krishna Prema, the real nectar only comes when we walk on that path, put in sadhana. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji.
Hare Krishna. If there are no further questions or comments, I would like to end the session, Prabhuji, with Vaishnava pranams.
Yes, thank you.
Vanch Pasindubhyach Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda ki Jai. Vaishnava Dhameshwara Prabhupada ki Jai. Granthrashi Bhagavatam ki Jai. Thank you so much, dear devotees. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji, once again.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.